Hello everyone, welcome to the Northern Tarot. My name is Andy. Today I will do the reading for the 12th and the 13th of June 2023. And this is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay, so it's quite interesting because this morning, when I picked up my phone to think about the energies of what to expect, and it's right on at 11 a.m. and it is the 11th of June, so it's like 11:11. Now, Mercury actually stepping into Gemini today, so the next two days is mainly about what Mercury indicates, the changes, because she's back to her home. So it feels like the whole process of how we transform, how we've been upgraded with the moon energies, and now that alignment of mentality is getting closer and closer to that alignment point. So the moon will conjunct with each planet one by one. So the first planet the moon's gonna conjunct is actually Chiron in Aries. Now this is about you will start to realize or view things of everything, especially the old matters, the old people, or like the old interactions, in relationship with other people. You start to realize that you have the new way to see things now. It's a sense of we got the new lens because of the Mercury's staying in Gemini with her own like her most favorite house. So this is quite, there's a sense of the alignment of the new mentality, which is actually the mind and the soul. So there's some maturities in the collective energies that we're seeing here. Now that is actually allow us to understand that the moon trigger the ugly things or not pretty things, all the wounds that we cover up at one time, but now we're able to not to confront it, but to acknowledge it with ease. So it's a sense of a lot of healing going around this time. And also it indicates that because of the healings is being granted, there will be new beginnings to take over. So there will be a shift in your situations or scenario of where you are in at the moment. So it depends on what your soul contract is about, what your soul seeking for. Then there will be the appropriate new opportunities or some sort of like new arrangement. I prefer to call it arrangement rather opportunities, because this is a lot to do with the divine plan and divine timing. So we're actually reaching to that, and it's actually a lot of surprises to expect, but we don't know what is it yet. So let's go to the cards and we will see what spirits have for us. Okay, so as usual, we will go to Oracle cards first to see what we have for the 12th and the 13th of June 2023. Let's see what we have. This is just, my feeling because of Pluto is actually retrograding in Capricorn, and because of the collective energies evolving too fast. So there will be the shocking. This is not quite about the shock, but people might find, the people around you or the people that was expecting you not to change, they might find it's too unable to explain of why your energy is suddenly leaving them, or having a gap between people. So they might feeling unexplained, or find it a little bit strange when it comes to involving with your energy. So they might, how I say it, they might contact you, and like want to find out what is going on and if they did anything wrong and things like that. But this is totally a natural process of what we're going. So if we understand that, and we will figure out how to settle with people in a kind of like a good manner, so they don't find it's being shocked or being kind of like impolite way that we it's a sense of people don't expect you to change or leaving them. So they might say things or do things that you find it's not fair to you, if you understand what I mean. But if we understand the sense of what the energy is going on, then we will find the balanced way to explain to people, or just to be polite to them. So that's what I'm thinking about. So let's see the star code astro oracles. As usual, we will see what we have for the 12th and the 13th of June. So we have again number 10, Capricorn, achieve. I mean, I see, I can't remember how many times I pulled this card so far. Every readings, doesn't matter that the whole bunch of cards I have here, it still comes out as a number 10 at Capricorn. Now there is something to do with Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. So it's like the money path or the abundance, the career path is kind of like being shrink back because of this retrograde energy, to allow you to focus on the soul purposes. So this is a lot to do with preparing yourself with how to align with your higher self purpose. If you think about that, because like you might have that feeling right now that doesn't matter what you're trying to reach out to trying to create a new way of making money, for example, but things seems to be not agree with you because of this type of energy. So the best ways to play with this is respect what Mercury asks you to do. So Mercury is a lot about messages, especially from the intuitions within you. So trying to listen to your soul, I mean your heart, to see what is that they really want you to do. I mean, this is actually yourself, because there is your blueprint. It's just figure out how to get connected to yourself. So meditating is probably one of the best way that I can advise to people if you want to get connected more, and trying not to focus on things that's unable to get done now, because it saves your time, saves your energy. Focus on something that you can do. It's a process of learning, and I can see a lot of things, a couple of things that we can learn from this. So with this type of situation, I mean the energy, right? It shrinks people. It's like the boat being anchored. So you're feeling like it trying to move, but it's kind of difficult to move forward somehow. So with this type of energy, it's a lot to learn about how to start to look into your soul contracts and fulfill what you registered to come here for, because it's time for you to step up and get it done. It's just for the better meaning of your existence, actually, because if we just get on with other things, like busy with money only, or focus on these kind of like the earthly values of the 3D world, and we might never have a chance to to work on ourselves and what we came here for. So this is actually a good time to utilize this. So it's a lot to learn about trust. If you trust your feeling, because there's I think people by now got enough evidences for themselves about times that we trying to ignore the desire of the soul and just go and do the way that we believe it was the right way, the practical way of, mainly about materials or relationship. There is only two main aspects that causes the most challenges for people when it comes to learning about themselves. So by now we kind of like got the sense of why we should change the patterns of the way our mind works, the way we think. So it's time to change the patterns and learn the new way of living. So this is very much about Mercury stepping into Gemini, because it's about the new mindset, but it's not new, because this mind is always there. Just wait for you to get aligned, if you see what I mean. So this is a process of people building up the Trinity factors to get alignment with your higher self, to find that purpose. Okay, so now the Stasis oracles, we have the Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down time in nature. There you go. As we just analyze with each other, this is about the energies that you cannot rush. So if we learn just to reconnect to the nature here, is actually to find your inner peace. So there are different ways to find your inner peace. You can go to the nature, you can meditate in the natures, or you can even meditate at home, or simply by enjoying cooking, for example, or something you enjoy, something that bring you to the here and now, and grounding yourself and find that inner peace, because this is the energies to allow you to learn how to heal, with more active attitude. So we're more aware of that we can be in control of our energies. So it kind of like show you the way of how to step into the new world, the new earth. As I say, there is something big coming. Now we don't know what is that, but this is my sense is actually it's the collective new energy. And because it's a totally new energy, so it will be the new world, because the new world is emerged through your eyes. It reflects yourself. So a big things coming. There is something, and this is collective. This is not individual. Okay, now let's see, with love relationship, we have the reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. I remember this card actually came out last time in one of the readings too. But we talk about this. This is don't think about your ex, because this is not the energies of your ex. This is about someone, can be from your past life, to be honest. So we will find out about this energy. Hopefully, if the card show us today about this reconciliation, or else we will find out on Wednesday when we do that love reading. But what I'm seeing here is, this is a lot about seeing the patterns of what went wrong. So people kept coming back around this time, one by one, or even at the same times. If it happens to you, then always remember it's a test, or more exactly, it's the domino effects of what patterns you created, and it kind of like asking you to change the patterns if you want to get the new type of energies from people, or the new things. So something about Mercury will show you why we should change, or how to remove that patterns that no longer are serving you. So there is something about the universe test people before the manifestations comes in. And if you remember, I used to share that whenever that the manifestations comes, before it comes in, a lot of tests gonna non-stop throwing at you. And when you start to see things that are a bit weird, because suddenly everyone just trying to contact you, for example, it's a sign of that we need to learn how to determine and keep on with the visions we have to allow the new things to take place, rather than go back to the old patterns. So the tarot, we have the Three of Cups. That's the overall energies. We have the Three of Cups. Challenge, we have the Kings of Cups. Now that is a lot of to do with that's someone from your past. Now we don't know why it's this here. It's kind of confusing energy I can see here, because part of it, you got the Three of Cups, so your energy is good. It's quite optimistic for the start of a week. That is really a great start to have. But then a lot of people trying to get back. Now you have the Six of Cups again. That's why it's a reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Mentality, you have the Moon. Now there you go, the confusion. It's mainly about the confusions, and this is a lot to do with the Six of Cups that we see here. So let's see what we have here. The environment. There you go. The Five of Wands. You dislike this. You don't like that. This kind of like pulling back. You feel like you're being pulled back somehow, and the outcome energies will have the Seven of Pentacles. You really just, as I say, this is a test. This is not something that we should be excited about, because the Moon is about the strings, the spiritual string and bond, or whatever that being created with the old patterns. But now, because your energies evolved, that's why it's no longer compatible with the Five of Wands here. So there's a lot of conflict going on here within yourself when it comes to this kind of I've got a sense of this is triggered in within you, in your emotion, rather than the actual event need to happen. So people don't need even to talk to you or to contact you, but for some reason you feel kind of like there are some irritations going on in your gut. So you couldn't explain it, and this is exactly what is going on. Because if you remember, we were analyzing earlier something about you leaving the old energies and stepping up to the new level, and that's why the conflicts start to trigger within everyone. So everyone involved in the parties gonna feel that type of like losing something. And of course, when we're never happy if we lose something, right? It's all the way difficult to say goodbye. But so now let's see what we have here. Clarify the Three of Cups first for the 12th and the 13th of June 2023. It feels like you're stepping into the new life. So there's a Nine of Swords here. So the Three of Cups clarified by the Knight of Swords. Finally, you understand something. Why this ongoing, like on and off feeling keeps coming back and disturbing you. It's just because you finally recognize there's something that you not yet confront. This is about your mentality. So the way you think about someone or the way you categorize them, something that you still kind of like want to acknowledge their existence. So now it's time for you to really understand and just refresh the situations or your mentality. So something about you getting more matured in your mentality. That is the sense of I feel here. So you kind of like able to like just tell people to not to bother you, for example. So you no longer being bothered by playing their games or fit in the playing energies of people, because sometimes people don't understand what they're doing either. So it causes a confusion here. So let's see the King of Cups. Why the King of Cups is here? And the King of Cups is actually the Six of Cups. Someone wants to come and see you. They want to, but as I say, this is confusing energy. So you about to agree, for example, to accept the meeting, to talk. But then you realize there's no reason, because the moon here is about there's no reason. So the King of Cups is clarified by the Empress. So this person is kind of like, find you as the solution. So the sense of they think that you are the best solution for them. So you feel like this is not what you deserve, because you don't want to be the solutions for anyone or to be the escape plan for anyone, because the Empress is about nurturing people. So this is the challenge. And this challenge is actually important, because this is the test to see if you determine to get the new life or not. So let's see the moon. The moon is clarified by the Page of Cups. A strong sense of people getting back to you. So watch out for actually it might have happened already around this time, because this is the energy is always about tendency, and the future is also the tendency. So it's really down to your decisions of the here and now. So make sure that you always things the way Mercury asks you to think, more logical with the Gemini mind. So someone wants to kind of like send you a text, want to kind of get friendly to you, or you want explanations to you, or want to admit something to you. But whatever they say, it's in the moon energy. So the moon energy is something that is not convincing enough. It's not clear. And that is when you start to see the patterns of people, because it's annoying you straight away with the Five of Wands. Okay, so sorry guys. Now the Six of Cups, let's see what we have. Six of Cups clarified by This is quite interesting with this type of energy. So the Six of Cups is clarified by Temperance, which is actually your energy. So you actually, this is not fixed. So the decision is really down to you. So there's no message that Spirit can advise you on these situations. This is what about, how I say, if you listen to your inner self. So that is your soul trying to communicate with you about the Five of Wands. So there is something that if you fall for the King of Cups, someone, it can be a water sign, and it can be, I don't know why, but I have the feeling it's also the air sign, because Gemini trying to kind of like create a patterns of communication. So if you see the Matrix, how the Matrix trigger people now, with this kind of like you might be generous to allow people to contact you or talk to you. So that's why I say that there's no advice from Spirit in these situations. It's all down to you which path you want to take, because the straight path or the detour path is still going to one destiny eventually. It just takes a little bit more time to figure out and solve things. If you have unfinished business with someone, then it's better is to just finish it and tell people. So that's it. The Five of Wands here clarified by the Five of Swords. As I say, the conflict is about, how I say, the people trying to get back to you and create that confusion. So as long as you have the feeling of, not feeling aligned with your feeling, then you have to seriously looking into your person, actually, not your situation, to see what incentive of this person is about. Because the Page of Cups is something like a drop of water. So it's not something substantial. It's not something feeling right. It's the they want to see if there's still any chance, for example. So like testing the water, and it's kind of like quite petty conversations that if you into this. So the Five of Swords here is about not supporting these type of how I say, sneaky energy. So it feels like they're trying to be sneaky back into your life and create that confusion. Now, the outcome energy is the Seven of Pentacles. So you actually can see it through, because you know what happened before, and you actually see it clearer now. So the Seven of Pentacles is actually the clarities that you gain. Now this will allow you to free your mind, your mentality, to become the new versions of yourself. There you go, the Ten of Wands. So you finally see it through. Now you not see it through about the person, you see it through the patterns of the people you attracted. As I say, this is another higher level of mentality that you're gonna reach. And this is actually the blessing if we know how to embrace it. And if you can embrace it, it allows you to transit into the new energies, the new life, with a lot of, like new things waiting for you. Remember, I saw that 11:11 today, and it's kind of like showing, because if it's the time 11:11 is different, but this is the day and the time to make it 11:11. So it's something very collective energy, something that you can keep in mind. so you can get through all these tests from the matrix. Okay guys, so this is all I got for you. I hope you enjoy. If you would like to register for my course aligning with your higher self, or if you would like to donate, please find the information in the description box, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you and bye bye.